thoughts. Now let's hear the thoughts of their parents about them. Here's what Judy had to say about John and Jenny. John is a son who is very caring, thoughtful, giving, funny, and unique. He's an extremely ethical and morally centered man. From the first meeting with Jenny, I knew she was a good person and she'd be a wonderful partner. She's warm, generous, thoughtful, kind, and has a sense of adventure. We just hoped she would be the one for John. They each bring out strengths in each other. For example, John's quirky sense of humor shines more now. And I think John provides a good sounding board for Jenny. Then in closing, she said, and John's clothing style has definitely improved. He's wearing a tie that is one color. Not a chip off the old block. So here's what Jenny had to say, here's what Margie had to say about Jenny and John. From a very young age, Jenny was quite the extrovert. She wanted to learn about, know about, and help other people. She's extremely caring and very aware of other people and their feelings. She's intuitive, compassionate, and lives from the heart. Everybody whose life she touches is better because of it. She's the oldest grandchild, which made her earlier years a bit rougher because of the opinions of all the aunts and uncles who didn't have kids. She's the nucleus. Everyone looks up to her. At family events, she's the one who comes up with new ideas and new ways to do fun things for the kids and everyone else. Where the creativity comes from, I don't know. And about John, Margie says, when I first met him, he was very kind and quiet. But I could tell that he had this great intelligence that could match Jenny. I could see that they had something special. Jenny needs somebody to be the more laid-back part of the relationship, and John is that. From the beginning, I knew it was different. Jenny had a peace about her that she was comfortable with John. It didn't take long to realize that they were good together. And then, she summed it up beautifully with this. They're good for each other, but they're also good for anyone else they're around because they share their love, their enthusiasm, their creativity, and their passion with everybody else. So it's not just a personal thing.
Amen.
Yeah. So, hopefully this helps to round out who these people are that are committing their lives to each other today. But before we go on, of all of our discussions that we had with each other, there was one comment that I chose that each of them made about the other, spoken only to me, that I wanted to share now that I think sums up nicely how they feel about each other. Jenny says, I always knew that I wanted kids in my life, but was so determined to be like my mom and grandma that I wasn't sure I wanted a husband. My mom occasionally warned that things might be easier with a partner around to help out. But this attitude served me well, because I knew I only wanted someone in my life who would enhance it. And John has done just that. I wasn't looking for someone to take care of me or save me from loneliness. My life was pretty great. And then John came along and made it better. And then here's what John had to say. Harry, hold it together. Hold it together. One piece of advice I'll always remember my dad saying about love is, you should always feel like you can't do enough for the person you are with. The point being, you're so lucky to be with this person, you would do anything to make her happy. I certainly feel that way about you. Okay, so I hope you feel you know the one that you don't know better. And that brings us to the vows. And I want everyone to know that I am the only person in this room that has read what they have written to each other. And so before we proceed, there's a piece of business that we definitely need to get out of the way. Holly? box. Take as many as you feel you need, pass them down. If you don't get one, you're just going to have to use your sleeve. Okay. So, Jenny and John have both written an expression of love and 6 promises to each other that I'm going to have them read now. John, would you go first?
My dear Jenny, I want to tell you a story. It is one of so many stories that I can think in which you play a strong role. We had been dating for a little while, and every Sunday we would go play trivia at Logan, where we first reconnected. Down the street from where we were going, there was a homeless man sleeping under some blankets outside. It was a pretty cold night, so I wondered aloud if he was okay. I didn't have an answer to that, and we walked a bit farther. After a minute, he said that you were going to get him something to eat. We walked up the street and went into Taqueria Moran, a restaurant that I was introduced to by Paul Cronin. And I was actually a little jealous that we couldn't eat there ourselves because it's really good. You ordered a burrito and horchata, and then walked back down the street up to this complete stranger and gave him food. And the next week you did the same thing, and then the week after that. This room is full of wonderful people, but who would have done that? I thought to myself, this is not something an ordinary person would do. This is something an extraordinary person would do. I knew then that I was going to have to figure out a way to trick you into marrying me. Lo and behold, it did. At our wedding shower, when I was asked what my favorite part about you was, and I said your heart, this is what I meant. I knew that I wanted to marry you very soon after we started dating, but I knew it would be the best decision of my life on that night. On top of this, you never hesitate to make me feel like I deserve you, and that's the best part. Even better than a burrito. I'm grateful for so many things about you. I'm grateful for your love, for your generosity, for your indomitable spirit, for your sense of humor, for your smile and your laugh, for your childlike wonder, for your brains, your beauty, and your brawn, for your belief in the goodness of humanity, and being a living example of that goodness. You're my best friend. You make me want to be an even better person than I already am. You make me happy. You make me happy every day.
John, I want you to know how special you are without sounding mushy, insincere, or trite. To tell you how much you mean to me while being clever, poetic, and light. Sharing all the ways I felt for you would take up far too much time. Instead, I decided to sum it up in this little wedding rhyme. In high school, your go-boy impressions had me laughing from the start. Your wit and sense of humor later stole my heart. A week into our courtship, you sent future date ideas typed into a spreadsheet. By nature, I'm a planner, so this really turned up the heat. Once I saw this thoughtful document, I knew you were for real. Your effort and enthusiasm really sealed the deal. Your intelligence is unparalleled. I wonder how all your brains fit in your head. It's a bonus that you're so handsome in addition to being so well-read. There's only goodness in your heart. You are the most gentle man. Everyone who meets you sees your kindness and instantly becomes a fan. I'm grateful for the friends you have and to see how much friendship means to you. Because you're good at sharing, I'm proud to call them my friends too. Even though your mom is always concerned that we have something better to do, I love being with your family and seeing how their greatness has rubbed off on you. The fearlessness and patience you display are skills I hope one day to acquire. Your calm demeanor comforts me and helps balance out my fire. A man of many talents, I'm convinced you're good at all the things you try. You're an athlete, scholar, leader, and all-around amazing guy. I'm in love with you for all these reasons and so many more. Thank you for loving me and for being so easy to adore. You are a humble soul asking for so little in your life, which is why it was such an honor when you asked me to be your wife. Thank you for choosing me, for being mine to have and hold. I look forward to all our days ahead. Let's get really, really old.
Okay, and now they both have 6 promises that they'd like to make to each other. John?
Jenny, I promise to love you with all of my being during the brightest and the darkest of days. I promise to always do my best to make you laugh and to make our lives together full of joy. I promise to feed you whenever you are hungry or when you're thinking about getting hungry. I promise to support you through all the twists and turns that our lives may take. I promise to always respect you and listen to you with an open heart. I promise to always be your friend and to plan dates and adventures throughout our lives.
John, I promise to acknowledge your efforts and achievements, support your interests, and always cheer you on. I promise to seriously respect our commitment to each other while not taking myself too seriously. I want to show humility, understanding, and patience in the face of any challenges. I promise to nurture the kids in us, to stop at playgrounds, wear costumes, laugh at jokes, play games, and be silly together. I promise to foster our friendships and family relationships, to surround ourselves with the positivity and encouragement of those who love us. I promise to show you gratitude, affection, and appreciation. I will continually practice loving you in an outward way. And I promise to be a proud member of Team Wray and love you for the rest of my life.
May I have the rings, please? Repeat after me. This ring is a symbol of our love and of my commitment to you and to the promises I've made for as long as we both shall live. Repeat after me. This ring is a symbol of our love and of my commitment to you and to the promises I've made for as long as we both shall live. And now, if there is anyone present who feels that these two should not be joined in matrimony, let me remind you that both sides of the family have Sicilian connections. Anybody? I didn't think so. Jenny, John, may your lives be blessed. May you live long, long lives, have lots of kids, and may you both grow up to be just like the two of yous. And now it's my honor to say and to proclaim that by the authority vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Amen.
And
Mr. and Mrs. John and Jenny Wray.